Ananda, if there is a person whose hands and feet are at ease, their entire body comfortable, that they momentarily forget their own existence, abiding in a state without resistance or compliance, then for no reason this person rubs their palms together in empty space, and between the two hands illusory sensations arise: roughness, smoothness, cold, and heat. You should understand that the skandha of sensation operates just this way. Ananda, these illusory sensations do not come from space, nor do they arise from the palms. So Ananda, if they arose from space, why would they only touch the palms and not the rest of the body? It makes no sense for emptiness to choose where to make contact. If they originate from the palms, they should not require physical contact to be felt. Moreover, if the palms truly produce them, then when pressed together, the palms would perceive the touch. But once separated, the sensations would retreat inward. In that case, the arms, wrists, even bone marrow should detect movement as they withdraw. If there were truly a perceiving mind that could track the sensations entering and existing, some independent master passing through the body, why would they recognize as touch? Therefore, the sensation is deception, is illusion. So everything, all sensations are illusory. Actually, with such long words, actually just one statement, that all the five aggregates, the five skandhas, are all false. Form, sensation, perception, mental formation, and consciousness are all illusory, false, deceptive, unreal. They don't naturally exist. They don't exist due to causes and conditions. Last week, he talked about form, that it is illusory. Now, he talks about sensation or touch, that's also illusory. So the wordings are very terse and cryptic, and reading it you can't understand, and it's not a very good example. Like, say, when the weather is cold, when someone is healthy, they have healthy hands and feet, the whole body is comfortable, no illness, so there's no such thing as compliance or resistance. So this person rubs their palms, and sometimes you feel a roughness, it's not smooth, and sometimes it's smooth, and sometimes warm, sometimes cool. The more you rub, the warmer it gets. Like in winter, the hands were cold, and then after rubbing them, they become warm. So where did the warmth come from? Is it from the palms that generate the heat? It's generated because of the rubbing. If you don't rub them, how can it be warm? Does it come from this empty space? No. If the warmth comes from the space, so whichever part of the body you want it warm would be warm immediately. So the warmth is not also arising from the palms. So where did it come from? So everything that we feel or sense are all false and illusory. This excerpt is long, but actually in one statement it's done. Touch, then you would feel it. Without touching, you would not feel it. So where did the feeling come from? So touch too is illusory. Form, sensation, or feelings. We are all humans, and humans suffer. Where is your suffering? Show it to me. Nothing. You cannot show it. And you say you're very happy now. Where is it? Show it to me. Get it out. Nothing. You cannot. Therefore, many things are very illusory, very unreal. Let me give a few examples. You close your eyes, extend your arm, and you touch something that's very soft, smooth skin. Whose body is this? And you start to feel happy. And you have a band over your eyes. And then when it's taken off, it turned out to be a pig. So your joy disappeared. You thought it was the skin of a lady, a beautiful lady, very delicate and smooth, and felt really good rubbing, caressing it. But when you open your eyes, and it turned out to be a pig, and your joy disappeared. That's the sensation. Just now, when I closed my eyes, I was humming a song. Lullaby, lullaby. Sleep quickly, my baby, my dear. And then I fall asleep to Mount Juhua. That's a lullaby. So when you sing this song, you would think about falling asleep. When you don't sing this song, you also fall asleep. So let me ask all of you, how do you fall asleep at night on your bed? Everybody has their own ways. In the best posture, have the best breathing, and you think of something. If you can't fall asleep, you start counting the sheep. 1 sheep, 2 sheep, 3 sheep. Some people sleep really easily. As soon as they lie in bed and not doing anything in particular and fall asleep. They haven't even put themselves in position. I have a position when I sleep, the best position to fall asleep. And then you fall asleep. That's all called sensation. It's very illusory, very false, very unreal, deceptive even. Like seated on the Dharma throne with eyes closed, not thinking of anything, fall asleep. And some people need to rely on something before they can fall asleep. So feelings, as you say, you feel happy, where does happiness come from? You feel suffering, where does suffering come from? Can you take them out? You can't. I'm rather wide open. I'm not narrow-minded. Say as you walk by someone coming toward you, and they don't even look at you, or they even glared at you, then you would suffer for 3 days. Why did she glare at me? And you would keep thinking about it. Why? And you suffer for 3 days. That person not only ignored me, they glared at me. And then you suffer for 3 days. But isn't that just very, very false, very unreal? How can does it really exist? Who knows? Maybe that person always have that glaring look. They didn't even notice you, so you suffer for 3 days for nothing. So this sensation or feeling is really very deceptive, very illusory. Or you talk to someone and you feel very happy, and you talk to another person and you feel very, very despicable. Grandmaster loves young, beautiful girls, then I would feel happy. And then when I see barrels of oils or fierce faces, then I would feel unhappy. But when I see beautiful faces, then I feel happy. When I was young, when I see girls wearing miniskirts, you would feel happy for no other reasons. Now it's summer. Many people wear lots of miniskirts, and when I see those, you would feel happy. But when you see big round people wearing long robe, then you don't really like looking at those. But those are all just very false and illusory. That's something that you can feel personally. So that's why sensation is illusory, not real. An example that I just give would be understandable, more understandable. Like a man seeing a woman with miniskirt. There was a joke that when a man saw a woman with a very short miniskirt, and a man sat next to her, and he asked her, "Where did you buy your miniskirt?" And the woman said, "Don't buy such a miniskirt." Why? Because wearing this kind of skirt, many men would try to hook up with you because the miniskirt is too short. Why the cheerleaders or the Korean teams wear very short skirts and even showed the underwear a little bit. And why in the chest area is why? Because so the people who see them would get hot, would feel warmth. And the legs are all fair and long and beautiful. When they move, their bodies are very good looking. Why don't they find those big and fat ones? So when you see those cheerleaders with short skirts, then you would be applauding. But when they're performed by people with bad figures, then you don't feel that. I give these examples because such sensations or feelings are actually illusory and false. I give examples that's very modern and you can relate right away. Say at the airports, the slim with good figures, they all have many fans, and those with beautiful faces have fans, but those who look fierce don't have any fans. That's all just deceptive, right? When I say that in Cantonese, why the Cantonese sigh? In Taiwanese, that's right? Right or not? But the Cantonese say, no, don't use that word. And for the Taiwanese, when you say that, it's like, right, that's very happy. But the Cantonese always grimace. And I ask why? Can't you say that? Actually, it's all just false appearances. So my examples are modern. Sakyamuni Buddha use the palms rubbing, smooth or rough, cold or warm, coming and exiting from where, why, can you feel it or why not? But actually, it does not arise due to dependent arising or nor self-arising. Oh, I've talked so much about this piece for this long. But my examples would be more clearer. See, look at the Korean cheerleaders. What do they have? Just maybe good figure, good faces, and maybe just, moving, just kind of twist their bodies a few times. But if you ask older women with bad figures, twisting their bodies there, is there anything to look at then? No, right? Why? the cheerleaders always use girls and not boys or men. That's the issue. So when we chant the Buddha's name, wow, what a beautiful lady, then it'll feel different. So that's very conflicting.